Okay, everyone, I'm back and I just finished watching the premiere of The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3. It's based off of the third book in the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy by Jenny Han, and it's based off of the We'll Always Have Summer book. And basically, we just get all of our favorite characters back in the same place with a lot of summer vibes, but a lot more grown up. I am so excited to review it for you guys. However, I am extremely disappointed, and I cannot be the only one who thought that the whole entire season was coming out, but it did not. They gave us 2 episodes, and we have to wait every single Wednesday for a new one, and I'm not happy about that. But I'm still happy to have our favorite characters back. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do a very short, spoiler-free review, and then the rest is all going to be spoilers because I just want to talk about it. Okay, so this is the spoiler-free version. Basically, we followed Belly to college, and she's now in her 3rd year of college, I think. She's a junior in college. Jeremiah is a senior, and he's supposed to be graduating this year. They are together. They are happy. Everything is great. Taylor and Steven, of course, are complicated, and Conrad is in med school. So you have all of our people, but there's a significant time jump. In the book, Belly was only 19 when everything happened that's supposed to be happening in this season. So right now, Belly's like 20, 21, which makes a lot of what's going to happen seem a little more logical, in my opinion, but we'll get onto that later. Anyway, the first episode was honestly pretty typical summer romance show. It showed a lot of Jeremiah and Belly, and Conrad was kind of sprinkled in there, and of course he's not interacting with hardly either of them. But there's a big reveal at the end of the episode, but if you read the book, you know exactly which reveal I'm talking about. It has to do with Jeremiah. Also, Taylor and Steven are honestly my favorite couple at the moment, and it's so crazy because they are the ones with the most problems, and I shouldn't like them as much as I do, but I love them together. It's probably because Taylor is one of my favorite characters aside from Conrad, so you obviously know which team I'm on, but Taylor is a close second. And then Steven comes in 3rd. Jeremiah and Belly are kind of just, cool, main characters, whatever. Overall, though, it was a pretty good introductory episode. You didn't get a lot of drama until the very end, but you get this feel for Belly's transition into adulthood. You feel like it's more grown up, but not all the way. So you get a sense that they're maturing, but they still make some really questionable decisions and say some things that are like, ooh, okay, you're showing your age. With episode 2, you get more about what was revealed at the end of episode 1 with Jeremiah. And honestly, the more you get, the worse it sounds. And a big incident happens with Steven at the beginning of episode 2. And that definitely was not in the book. And there's also a scene with Belly and Conrad, kind of like a flashback. And I'm pretty sure that was in the book, but I'm not 100% positive. The end of episode 2 gives us a similar wow moment, like a big cliffhanger. But you know that it's coming if you read the book. If you read We'll Always Have Summer, you know that it's coming. It's just done differently than it was in the book. And I know that's very cryptic, so that's why I said that my spoiler-free review is going to be very short. I did enjoy the first 2 episodes. I thought they were great, but I can't say more without spoiling anything, and I don't want to give you guys spoilers unless you absolutely want them. So let's go ahead and go to the spoilers. Obviously, the car crash did not happen with Steven, and that changes the dynamic that I think that the show is going to go in, and it makes me a little nervous because it kind of throws up in the air who Belly is going to end up with because of the way that the car crash made Jeremiah propose to Belly. Because in the book, Jeremiah is proposing to Belly as an apology for cheating on her. And in the TV show, it's more like Jeremiah is proposing to Belly because, oh, our lives are short and I love you and you already forgave me, so I'm going to propose to you. So it makes it seem like he's more of a redeemable character. He felt very irredeemable in the book, and I didn't like him in the 3rd book, almost the whole entire book. I was like, bro, what are you doing? But in the show, I honestly feel for him a lot more, especially with all the crap that he has going on in the first 2 episodes. I'm like, dude's getting hit hard. Anyway, Taylor and Steven, their relationship obviously isn't in the book, but I really enjoy seeing them, and like I said, they're my favorite couple, even though they're so dysfunctional. Belly's a lot older, I did mention that, in the show than she was in the book when all of this happens, which, like I said, will change like the dynamic of the show, because in the book, when she was 19, that's when she got proposed to by Jeremiah. So it felt a lot crazier to imagine a 19-year-old getting married, even though I got married kind of young too. But it seems crazier for a 19-year-old to get married rather than a 21, 22-year-old. So I think that the showrunners were doing that to kind of make it feel more relatable and less, oh my God, what are you doing? In the books, when Jeremiah cheats, at least this is how I remember it. I could be completely wrong here, but in the books, when Jeremiah cheats on Belly, it definitely felt like cheating. In the show, they're trying to make his character redeemable. I can tell you right now that they want you to be on Jeremiah's side because of the way that they let all the cheating come out. Because they were on a break, they had broken up, and Belly thought that they hadn't broken up, but Jeremiah had thought that they did, so he slept with someone. But anyway, the show makes him seem more redeemable because it makes it seem like they were definitely broken up, 100% broken up. He was just sad, so he found somebody else. In the book, it didn't feel like that. And it has been a long time since I read the book, so I could be completely wrong. Regardless, they're making him more redeemable, and I'm kind of wondering if she's going to actually end up with him. But we'll see, I guess, by September, since we're getting week by week episodes, whatever. With the spoilers, I'm just going to give you some of my bullet point thoughts as I was watching the TV show. I was watching it, and in episode 1, there's this part where the fraternities and the sororities are having this game thing before finals, and everybody's drinking, they're laughing, they're having fun, they have a lot of alcohol. And then right after that scene ends, you get an ad for Liquid IV. I gotta hand it to Liquid IV, you know what everybody's doing. But the ad was so funny. I kind of cackled a little bit. And I really hate the fact that Jeremiah's dad blamed him for not graduating on time. You have college advisors for a reason. Colleges, as much as you pay colleges, and I probably will get backlash for this, but as much as you pay colleges, those college advisors who are employed by the college that you're paying for your degree should be keeping on top of your diploma track. You should have somebody who is reviewing these students and not just letting them, oh, you changed your major, now you're missing classes. Yes, it said that Jeremiah got an email and he ignored it, whatever. But you should have advisors keeping track of that, and you shouldn't be not graduating because of 1 or 2 credits. I've had a lot of friends who have gotten screwed over, who lost their financial aid because they had to have an extra semester at college because they weren't told for the specific diploma pathway requirements. And it just makes me kind of mad. Off of my spiel. Okay. There was this part in the episode, and these are all just my random thoughts. I'm sure you can tell that I'm spewing everything out. But there was a part in episode 1 where Belly's just like, I know you guys are whatevering. And I had to laugh because that was such a funny thing to say, like, whatevering. That kind of really described Taylor and Steven's relationship, and it was just funny. But when Jeremiah reveals that, not even reveals, when they have the argument that he cheated / not cheated, whatever you want to call it, at the end of episode 1, when Belly ran away, I honestly kind of cringed. I get why they did it. It was for dramatic effect, but it felt so, I don't even know what to call it. She started running and I was like, oh, I don't need this trope. Like I mentioned, for Jeremiah, like in episode 2, when he just starts talking about what he did and how he said he slept with her twice, bro, once is a mistake, twice is a choice. Don't tell me how you cried in the shower. I don't want to hear it. Those are my thoughts. Tell me your thoughts. I want to hear everything. I really did enjoy the first 2 episodes overall. However, I'm super freaking bummed that we're not going to have the whole entire season. I was so prepared to binge watch the whole thing. And here we are having to wait like we're watching live TV. I can look past the ads, Amazon. I cannot look past this. I might never forgive you for not releasing the whole entire season. Anyway, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you thought. Tell me who you think Belly is going to end up with, or if you think she's not going to end up with anyone at all. And subscribe because I make content like this all the time and I love to hear from you guys. So I'll see you guys later.